On January 1st, 2026, something absolutely incredible is going to happen. A massive wave of iconic foundational creative properties is about to become yours. Yours to use, to remix, and to completely reimagine. We're talking about a genuine explosion of opportunity for creators. So let me ask you straight up, what if you could write the next chapter for some of the most famous characters ever created? What if you could take their stories in directions no one has ever dreamed of? Because that is exactly what's on the table. On that one single day, characters like Sam Spade, Miss Marple, and Nancy Drew, and stories like The Little Engine That Could are all hitting the public domain in the United States. This isn't just old literature. This is the very DNA of modern storytelling, and it's all about to be handed over to a new generation. But to really understand why this matters, you have to understand what made 1930 such a special year. It wasn't just another moment in time, it was a cultural pressure cooker shaped by a world changing event that completely rewired what people wanted from their stories: the Great Depression. When the stock market crashed in 1929, it didn't just break the economy, it cracked open the culture. It created a deep split in the public mood and sparked an explosion of brand new genres. You can see that split clearly. On one side, people wanted gritty realism. With institutions failing around them, audiences craved cynical heroes battling corrupt worlds. And that tension gave rise to the hard boiled noir genre with stories like The Maltese Falcon. On the other side, people desperately wanted escapism. Idyllic children's adventures like Swallows and Amazons, or the sweet romantic humor of the Blondie comic strip. It was a year defined by creative tension, and nowhere was that more obvious than in detective fiction. It's honestly mind blowing that 1930 introduced three characters who would define detective fiction forever. They are the perfect lens for understanding the opportunities ahead and the hidden legal traps: the detective Trinity, Sam Spade, the hard boiled private investigator, Miss Marple, the cozy, unassuming amateur sleuth, and Nancy Drew, the original teen detective, three absolute icons, all born in the same year, and each offering a completely different challenge for modern creators. If you want to write a new story using one of these characters, you have to understand the single most important legal distinction in this entire conversation. This is the lesson that can either unlock total creative freedom or land you in a world of legal trouble. It all comes down to one thing: copyright versus trademark. Copyright protects the work itself, the text of a book, and it expires after a set time. Trademark protects brands, names, and logos used in commerce. And as long as they are renewed, trademarks can last forever. Here's how that plays out for our Detective Trinity. The copyright on their 1930s stories is expiring for all three of them, but their trademark status creates wildly different levels of creative freedom. Sam Spade offers high freedom. Miss Marple offers even higher. But Nancy Drew, she comes with extreme risk. Sam Spade is a massive opportunity because of a major court ruling. The courts decided that Dashiell Hammett sold the rights to the Maltese Falcon story, but never sold the rights to the character of Sam Spade himself. That means Spade is legally severable. You can take the 1930 version of his character and place him into entirely new adventures. But you cannot use Humphrey Bogart's iconic portrayal. That look is still protected. Miss Marple is an even cleaner case. Her first appearance was in a 1927 short story, which means she is already fully in the public domain. The 1930 novel just adds more material for you to pull from. There are no major trademark complications. She is a dream character for modern creators. And then we have Nancy Drew, the trademark trap. The version entering the public domain is the original bold, slightly sassy 1930 flapper version, not the softer 1959 revision most people remember. But here's the problem. The name Nancy Drew is a registered, heavily protected trademark. So if you try to use her name as branding for a new commercial series, you're stepping directly into legal danger. She's not alone. Many 1930s works fall into this same pattern. The story of Blondie and Dagwood's courtship is public domain, but the brand Blondie is not. The 1930 book, The Little Engine That Could, is yours to adapt, but the name and the famous phrase, "I think I can," remain trademarked. You can adapt the work, but not the brand. So where is the real clean, no strings attached opportunity? It lies in what we call clean IP. Fantastic, high-quality works from 1930 with no trademark baggage, no iconic actor portrayals, and no legal complications. Clean IP is the goldmine. These are forgotten treasures with huge storytelling potential. Want a gritty noir hero without the Bogart problem? Meet Mal Ernie, the ex-con protagonist from Green Ice. Written by Hammett's fiercest rival, want a dark gothic locked room mystery? Try Henry Benkelin, the Parisian detective from John Dixon Carr. Want an entire ready-made childhood adventure universe? The characters from Swallows and Amazons are fully free and franchise ready. And this is just scratching the surface. The sheer scale of what's becoming available goes far beyond detectives and adventurers. Olaf Stapledon's 1930s sci-fi epic Last and First Men is entering the public domain too. This book is legendary, often called the ultimate world-building Bible. It isn't just a story. It's a 2 billion-year future history of the human race. It details 18 different future human species, complete with cultures, conflicts, and destinies. It's an entire shared universe of high-concept sci-fi, and now it's completely free to use. As we wrap up, it's worth remembering a thought from William Faulkner, whose own 1930 masterpiece, As I Lay Dying, is also entering the public domain. These works aren't relics, they're living ideas. They're foundational stories that shaped entire genres, and now they're becoming part of our shared creative toolkit all over again. The doors of 1930 are swinging wide open. A whole universe of cynical detectives, brilliant old ladies, adventurous children, and 18 future human species is waiting for you. The only question left is, what stories will you tell?